All right, so here we go. Number 13, an equilateral triangle and a pentagon share a common side. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but we'll survive. What is the perimeter? Okay, the perimeter of the triangle is 36. So that means 36 divided by 3 is 12. So what is the perimeter of the pentagon? Well, just 12 times 5, folks, which is 60. Woohoo! All right, student council has 6 7th grade members and 6 8th grade members. How many different ways can a dance committee be formed that consists of 3 8th graders and 2 7th graders selected at random from student council? All right, so here's the thing. I wish I could say this is a straight combination, but it's not, because we are only getting 2 7th graders and 3 8th graders, right? So things are a little bit different. So if I have a combination for the 8th grade, I'm going to have 6 factorial over 3 factorial, 3 factorial. So it's 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 factorial, 3 factorial, and 3 and 2, right? So 3 factorial counts out. So there are 20 different ways you can have 8th graders, right? And then for the 7th graders, you have another combination, 6 and 2, so we have 6 factorial over 4 factorial, 2 factorial, which is equal to 6 times 5 times 4 factorial, so over 4 factorial over 2. This cancels out. 2 is 3, 3 times 5 is 15, so I have 15 combinations of 7th graders. I have 20, where's my 20? 20 different ways we can have 8th graders, so you add that together. 15 plus 20 is 35, and that's the correct answer. All right, a payday loan. Oh, my goodness, I just did this. Everyone should have gotten this right. A payday loan of $200 is given half a month. Blake had to pay back $225 to his debt. What is the annual rate of interest? Okay, so half a month. So in 1 month, it would be a total of $50 per month, right? How many months are there in a year? Well, there are 12 months in a year, right? So we have 50 times 12. So we have $600, right? So here's the thing. They want to know what is the annual rate of interest. Annual, that's why we have to go to how much interest you pay over the whole year. So 600 divided by 200 is equal to 3.00. How do you convert that to a decimal, or to a percentage? Well, you move this over 2 spaces, so it's 300%. There you go. 2 angles are supplementary. Supplementary means they add up to 180 degrees. And by the way, if it says complementary, it means they add up to 90 degrees. C comes before S, so C means 90, S means 180. And one of the two of them is 3 times as big as the other. So that means this is 3x and this is x. And together, they equal 180. So 3x plus x is equal to 180. 3x plus x is 4x. 180 divided by 4 divided by 4. X equals 45, right? 45 degrees, and there you go. Incidentally, the other angle would be 3 times 45, and you have it. Write 5,280 as a product of primes. Okay, prime factorization, everyone should be able to get this. Let's do 15280. So this is 4 times 25. This is 2 squared. This is 5 squared, right? So then, we'll get back to that. Let's just double check that I'm right so far. Oh, because it's not divisible by, it's not divisible by 100, that's why. Stupid me. Alright, so we have 52, 80. Well, let's start simple. 2. This is the height of embarrassment. Well, I'm pretty sure 4 goes into that. And 4 is 2 squared. Alright, so then what goes into... Well, let's see, I know 2 goes into it. And so that is 330. Another 2. And that's going to be 100. So 300, 150, 160, 165. Well, that sure has a 5, right? So 165 divided by 5 is 33. And 33 is 3 and 11. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2s. Times, it says to use a multiplication x. I have a 3, because it has to be in ascending order. I have 1, 5, and I have 11. And there you have it. And that's the answer. All right. Number 18. If triangle ABC has verticals, okay, is reflected over the x-axis, the image is reflected over the y-axis, what are the coordinates of the final image of point C? Okay, so C is at 4, 6. It doesn't matter where the rest are, that's all that matters. It's reflected over the x-axis, so now it's at -6, 4. Now it's reflected over the y-axis, so it's -6, -4. And that is the answer. Oh, sorry, my bad. Hold on a second. So, sorry, so it's -4 over 6. So then you reflect it over, so that's going to be -4, -6. All right, so there's that answer.
I got that.
Then number 19, a student band can play 2 of 5 songs they prepared for a talent show, and how many different ways can 2 songs be chosen if the order in which they played is not important? So that's a combination. So we have 5 factorial over 3 factorial times 2 factorial. So we have 5 times 4 times 3 factorial over 3 factorial over 2. These cancel out. That's a 2, so 5 times 2 is 10.
I had to skip that one.
The diagonals of a square measure 16. What is the area of the square? All right, so, and this is, so I'm going to draw it out. So I have a square, and so this distance is 16. So
4 squared.
So we have this side length and this side length. So x times an x, right? And so this is a right triangle. And so we need to find the...
It has to be 2 and 3. That's a typical...
We have to find, using Pythagorean theorem, we have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we have x squared plus x squared is equal to 16 squared, right? So we have 2x squared is equal to 16 squared, right? And so then 16 squared is 196, and that's equal to 2x squared. And then, that's not working out right, because then I want to divide these by 2, and so I get x squared, right? So let's see if oh, 16 squared is not one, that's my mistake. It's 256. 16 squared is 256. Thank you. 256 is equal to 2x squared.
I didn't, you caught it.
Divided by 2, divided by 2.
Assumed you knew
And
it.
so this is 128 is equal to x squared. Now here's the thing. We don't care about what the side length is. We just care about the area. The area is x times x, or x squared. So here's your area right here. And finally,
That last one's wrong.
a 4.12 pounds of meat costs $12.36. What is the price per pound? So this is just a straight division problem. So I mean, you can watch me do it by hand, or I can just use a calculator. So you just go 12.36, and you divide it by the 4.12. And it's $3, just straight $3. And that's it.
The 12 and the 36 and